Alright guys, today we will be doing our lab to explore different mixtures, compounds, and solutions. Y'all have learned about mixtures, compounds, and solutions in your task cards, your escape rooms. So today you're actually going to be mixing some things together, and you'll actually be able to conserve your mixtures into centrifuge tubes. So you'll be able to actually make mixtures, compounds, and solutions. This lab will be completely discovery. So you'll be working with your group, using research to obtain knowledge through the research about mixtures, compounds, and solutions. So we're all going to be using table ingredients today. So you've all seen pepper, salt, sugar, right? Yeah. Does anyone actually know what sugar is? No. So through research today, you're going to discover what is the chemical composition of sugar. You might be able to automatically relate it to a mixture, compound, and solution while you do your research. So someone tell me what is important about research when we start looking up these things with our group. What are things that we need to consider?
You need to make sure your source is reliable.
Okay, Hallie said make sure our sources are reliable. How can we do that? Yes.
By checking the sources of the sources.
Okay, so looking at the sources, where did they get that information? What's something else we can look for?
See when it was last updated?
Last updated, that's a really good one. What else?
Whether it's .gov, .org, or .com.
.org, .gov, .edu is a good one. Very good. So keep looking for .gov, .org, .edu. What else? What's another one that we talked about with reliability? So do we want to look at Miss Russell's blog for information? No. We need to look at specific sources that have credible information, right? How are we going to make sure that we stay on task with our group? What are things that we can do to control our research?
Split it up.
Okay, split it up. Let's give everybody a task. And think back to our two-way tables and our compare and contrast. Did y'all just get information and keep it in your noggin? What did we do with that information?
One person did the negatives and which was not negative.
And we recorded it, right? So when you're getting research today, you need to record it. If I find something out about sugar and I don't tell my group, are they going to know what I just learned? No. So we need to make sure we are recording observations. Okay, make sure we're collecting all of our data. Communicating our ideas goes along with that. Today you're going to be making data charts, you're going to be looking at models, you're actually going to be creating your models for mixtures, compounds, and solutions. Okay? So to start off, we're going to brainstorm about mixtures, compounds, and solutions. So we're going to use a website called Mentimeter. It's going to make us a little word block, and then we will start on our lab. We're going to create a procedure to do our lab. So y'all are going to get to control your own lab. So what does a procedure mean? What does that word even mean? What are you going to do?
Different steps to what you're doing.
Different steps to what you're doing. What's a word that's very similar to procedure? So you're going to make different steps. You're going to come up with a what? A plan. So we're going to come up with different steps or a plan to help us get started. So you might want to do your research at the forefront. You might want to research all these things and let's see what we can make, right? Or you can mix a little, then research. So y'all are going to get to conduct your own research, come up with your own procedure, and just go for it, okay? We need to make sure that we are citing all of our sources. Why is that important?
So you know that our sources are reliable.
Right, and why is that good for yourself? I need to know where you got your information, but why is that important to record for yourself as well?
Go back to it.
So you can go back to it, right? So say I was looking just at sugar and I found really good information about sugar on that website. I might want to go back and see what else they have to offer us, right? Why is it important for us to use technology once we make something? So say I mix sugar and water. What might that look like after I mix that?
Regular water.
It might look like water, right? So where did that sugar go? I might need to do some research and inform myself on what I just did, right? Or maybe you want something else to happen? How could you use technology to maybe change your experiment?
Look up, different mixtures you can create.
Right, and you can look up different mixtures. So today you're going to be working in the lab creating compound solutions and mixtures. I'm going to come around and help you record your data in charts and graphs and make sure we are making observations along the way. What happens, one big thing I want you to look for, after you mix something, it might look one way, right? After you let it sit for about 2 or 3 minutes, what might happen to that solution?
It might separate.
It may separate. It may clump together. It may put off an odor, okay? So I want y'all to all observe over time and see what happens, okay?